In this episode, we're going to talk about exposure. So hopefully now you've taken some action, you've decided to get started, you've worked on your brand, so you've got your product that you've decided or service that you've decided to offer people, you've got your company name, logo sorted, color scheme sorted, and you're ready to go. Now it's time for exposure. So we need to let people know where we are, okay? And we need to let them see what we do. A lot of people will buy from you or take on your service if they feel that they trust you. The more places they can see you, kind of from the outside looking in, almost like a fly on the wall looking at what you do, the more you build that trust and the more likely they are to come and ask for your services. So how do we go about doing that? There's multiple ways and quite a lot of them, okay? You don't have to use all of them, but it's certainly the better to use as many as you can, or as many as you feel that your clientele or your customers are in, okay? So I'm gonna go through the different ones, but if your clientele is younger audience, you don't wanna obviously be putting all your effort into, let's say, social medias that really more older people use. You wanna go to where the younger people use it, okay? So that will make more sense when I go through these. The first one, and probably I would suggest is the most important, is a Google business page. Still, I know there's a lot of more search engines coming out now and people are using different ways to find information out, but certainly Google is still one of the main sources to find information and information on customers or, businesses. So if, for example, you're looking for dance classes for your children, Google dance classes near me. In my industry, martial arts classes, massive one. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu near me. First thing, pop it into Google, see what comes up, and Google will then give you all the businesses in your area that you're searching for. So for me, Google business page is a massive one, okay? Get yourself set up on there. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and it is the first port of call. Once you start building your reputation in the area, you will come up in the search results, okay? And you'll be higher on the list the more you're open and the more you're exposed to your local audience. On there, you'll put in things like your name, your location, your opening times. You can put photographs on there. You can put videos on there. You can start advertising through your Google page as well, which we'll cover later in the marketing. But it's a great way of that initial people searching. They're not sure what they're looking for, but they're looking on a broad scale. If they see yours and it looks professional, you've got great photos on there, videos, information, they can see what they get by coming to you. It's a great starting point. So certainly Google business page is your number one priority. Also, contact details. So you'll have your phone number on there, how they can get hold of you, an email address maybe if they can contact you. So super important to add those on there. And then that way, when they do the Google search, they can then ring you or email you to find out more information. The next one, which will be linked to your Google page as well, is a website. A website is a great way of sending people from a Google page or anywhere. You could be from an advert, from your social media. A website will then be able to give information more about what you do. And now you can add a lead form onto your website, which if they fill that out, they'll be a little bit more responsive because they've taken the time to not only search for you on Google, but now they've gone to your website and they're actually looking into your business on a more detailed level, which means they're more interested than if you was just cold calling people from a, let's say, a Facebook lead form, okay? They've done a little bit of homework on you and they're contacting you for more information because what they've seen they've liked so far. So now you're starting to build that trust. They've found you on Google, they're now on your website, they're seeing what you do, they like what you do, now they want to talk to you. So a website is a great tool to not only give your potential customers more information about what you do, but also to build more of that trust and have a way of gathering their information so you can actually speak to them to give them even more information and again build more trust. The next one would be using taking advantage of social media. Social media is massive in this day and age, so you have to be on it. It is pretty much the way I built the gym. I grew up using Facebook. That was the one when I was certainly in my, probably it came out when I was in my teens. So I've used Facebook my whole life, and I used it to build my business. Obviously now we've got more coming out, and I've moved over to those platforms as well. But Facebook is a massive one. It's still heavily used, so it's definitely worth adding a business page to your Facebook, okay? It links to your personal account, so you can create as many business pages as you want, but a business page is definitely worthwhile because, again, it's a way of sending people more information, or not even necessarily sending them the information, but they can then kind of drop in and see what you're doing without them feeling pressured to sign up to anything or buy anything. They're just having a little look, and your Facebook page is a great way of doing that. Also, when you start building clients or customers, it's a way of sending out information. You can post on your Facebook page information about your business, information about your products, any special offers you're doing. It's a great way to send out information, and if they're following your Facebook page, they will see it. Then we move over to Instagram. So obviously Facebook and Instagram are the same company now. They're both owned by Meta. So it's a great way to get information out, but Instagram is more visual. Facebook is a bit of everything. It's a bit of speech, writing, pictures, video. You can have a lot on the Facebook. Instagram is much more visual. So videos are great, images are great with a little bit of writing for it. So if you do something like I do, like martial arts, it's a great way to engage people, and so they can see what we're doing by, I can film a class, or I can film some techniques we're working on, and then I can post it to my Instagram, post it to our reels, and people can see how we interact in the gym. They can see what I'm like, they can see what my other coaches are like, and then they can get a feeling about what it's going to be like if they were in the room. So again, it's that fly on the wall situation where they're looking from afar just to see what it's like before they commit to coming into the gym. And it's the same for you guys. Like if you've got a product you sell, they can look at what that product is. They can see the quality. You might have some video testimonials on there. They can see other people using it. They build that trust, and then they can reach out. Again, with Facebook and Instagram, you've got the messenger system. A lot more now, I get messages through Facebook and Instagram of people inquiring about classes. So it's a great way, again, of people touching base with you. They've done their research. They've looked at your videos. They've looked at your Facebook pages and your posts. And now they're like, oh, okay, I kind of like what I see. I'm going to reach out and see if this is for me. So again, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, a great way to gather potential customers and help them and give them more information. If you're very visual orientated business and your clientele is of a younger audience, you have to be on TikTok. TikTok for me is certainly a younger demographic, and it's something I've only been using probably in the last 6 to 8 months or so. So I'm late to the party. Especially with, like I said before, my stuff is technique orientated videos, visual videos of the gym, of classes going on. It's a great way to put those out there, and TikTok is all about videos. Very, very little writing, lots of visual. So if you've got a visual orientated business, get on TikTok. Again, it's another source of showing people where you are, what you do. So it can't help if you're posting on all 3 of those platforms. They are the major ones, I would say. Apart from that, you've got Twitter and Threads, very similar platforms. Threads is kind of copied Twitter, or X as it's now known. Very similar, like little bits of writing. They're now introducing videos and images as well, but it's very... Twitter and Facebook were the ones when I was around. I never really went onto Twitter, but it can be used very well. So the best thing to do is find out where your market is, where your potential customers are, and where they, what platform they use the most, and then hit those platforms and have them as your main ones. For me, it's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They're my main ones. The last one, which often gets overlooked, is LinkedIn. Depending on what type of business you have, if you deal with business to business, or you're dealing with CEOs, directors, high up people in these businesses, your best chance of getting in front of them and talking to them is looking through LinkedIn and reaching out through LinkedIn. You're not gonna have, well, I say you're not, you're most likely not gonna have the CEO of a big company gonna message you back on TikTok if they're even on TikTok. So this is why I say find the platform that is right for you, and you know where your client's base is, and then research them. Like I'm going over the basics of them and the different types of platforms you can go on. Once you know which ones where your clients are hanging out, go on courses about them, go on LinkedIn courses, go on a workshop, research on YouTube, LinkedIn videos, how to best use that platform, or TikTok or Instagram, whichever one it is. Start to really delve on how you can make the most of that platform and reaching your potential customers. It's all about exposure, like I said at the start of this video. The more we can get ourselves out there, the more the people can see us, and it's all about building trust. People buy if they trust you. They will want your services if they trust you. And in this day and age, trust is massive. So if you've got a great service and you're a really good company and a good person, put yourself out there on these platforms, let people see you, and it will guarantee, I guarantee you that people will come to you because they see and trust you. And the more platforms you're on, the more they can see you, the more likely you are to build that trust, and it's going to go up and up and up, and that will increase your customer base. We're going to go into marketing next. So this is going to delve into using these platforms to market, to then obviously get our name out there. So, but first, before you can do that, you have to be on the platforms, because we need somewhere to send these people when we market to them. So get these up. Google business page, number one, 100%. Website, if you can, if you've got the funds to. I built my own one. It didn't cost a lot of money. It depends on your time, etc. But website's a great place, because then from your adverts, you can send them to your website. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all free to open up and easy to set up. So just get posting on there. Get information out there, videos, pictures. If you're on Twitter or Threads, info about your company. And then, like I say, LinkedIn is another great one that often gets overlooked. Research them, go on YouTube, find out more about these platforms or workshops and things like that to really delve into it, and then make the most of these platforms to reach your potential customers. Like always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I will get to them and reply to you in the comments. And if it's something that I can make a video on, I will use that to create a new topic and make the next video. So hope you guys are well. Hope you're putting these plans into action like our first video. See you soon.